You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
Today I have a really fun project. Using 12 by 12 double-sided paper, this project only needs one sheet of paper to create a cute little ephemera folder or pocket or whatever you want to use it for. So basically we're going to grab a 12 by 12 pattern paper, and I'm using the Stamperia Magic Forest. I absolutely love this collection. So I'm going to pop the first piece into my scoreboard, making sure I start with my pattern upright. I'm going to score at 6 inches, and then I'm going to rotate one turn, and I'm going to score at 1.5 inches, 6 inches, and 10.5 inches. Okay, that's going to be it for scoring. And now I'm going to take all of these folds and crease them. So I'm making sure that this wood grain pattern is what I want to be the front cover of my folio. So I'm folding everything inwards. Okay, so all we have to do now is make one cut. And now we're going to make a cut down the center along the side that has 3 score lines. So we're going to cut down the center score line right across until we meet the intersecting score line. So when you're cutting your paper, you want to cut the side that you want to show on the front of your project. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So I've gone ahead and cut that as straight as I possibly could. And now we're going to flip it over and crease all of those folds really well. I want this to fold together nice and tight. So I want to make sure that everything is going to be lined up. So I'm folding that little bottom flap over and then folding it in half, and then taking those cut pieces and folding it towards the front and the back. So basically it's creating the front covers of a book. So I'm folding the back in, creasing all of those folds, making sure that everything is nice and tight and lined up. And then you have this cute little folder that opens up and you've got little pockets. And now we have to do a little bit of glue work to the center page. So once it's all folded together, you're going to open up the center and flip it up. You're going to apply adhesive to the left and the bottom and seal up that side and the bottom. Now you could apply adhesive all over the whole thing and shut this entire center page up, but I like to create a little center pocket. So I've applied adhesive, and now we've got our first page with our little flap, and I'm going to apply adhesive to seal up those little pockets. I'm just applying adhesive on both ends. You could separate these pockets and create 2 pockets. I thought it was better to create larger pockets. So I've done that to both sides now. Both pages have their little pockets glued down. And now the center is an open pocket. I'm going to grab a little circle punch and punch out a little notch there so that it can be identified as a pocket and we can stick something inside of there. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a corner rounder and round the corners on the outside pages. So I do this each individually. I do one page at a time, round the corners, and then it just softens the look and it makes it look more complete. So there we go. Our little pocket folder is complete. Now the last thing to do is just decorate it and have some fun. You could fill this with all different sorts of things. You can put memorabilia or photos or even tea bags or ephemera or little crafty things for other card makers or paper crafters. And here's a sample that I created. I had so much fun. I used all of the Forest Garden collection, the ephemera, the cardstock, the stickers, and I created a folder just the same. And I had made the pockets split into 2. I did that on my sample, but when I made it the second time, I thought it was better to have larger pockets because it gives you the freedom to add stuff into. So here I've got some of the scrapbook paper and a piece of coffee dyed paper, and I've got some little pieces of coffee dyed index card. And then I glued on some of the chipboard ephemeras here, and I have another little card with some more coffee dyed paper with a chipboard ephemera as well. And then when we flip to the next page, we have that secret little hidden pocket in the middle. And I thought this pattern paper look like a treasure map. So I thought that was kind of cool to hide into that little secret pocket in the middle. And then when we flipped to the next page, I created a little notebook out of some coffee dyed index cards. And I just used a scrap of paper to create like a little backing and glued on one of those chipboard embellishments and stuck that in the pocket. And then on the other side, I used the big castle sticker. I thought this was really cool. It's got like a metallic sheen to it. And then I have another large coffee dyed index card with some stickers and embellishments on it. And then a piece of my little treasure map that was left over. I tucked that inside. So this was really fun. I really enjoyed this process, having fun decorating and making something cool. I inked all of the edges with distress ink to highlight those edges, and you could fill these pockets with so much fun stuff. And what a neat idea. I just wanted to test to see if that large index card would fit, but it doesn't quite. But you could always fold it in half too. You have that centerpiece there, and that larger pocket just allows for more versatility. So I'm just tucking everything back in there, and then that's it. All of this created with one piece of 12 by 12 paper and some embellishments, of course. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I hope that you've gotten some ideas to get to chopping up your pattern paper. Coming up on screen is a playlist for my Chop It Up series, which has over 70 plus videos of Chop It Up inspiration for you. I hope that you'll check some of those out. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!